Hello, hello. My name is Ironpipe, and today the team at Shared Loot would like to share some tips and tricks with you to help you get ahead of the curve in Diablo 4's open beta. It's not YOLO mouse or even PoE's inbuilt cursor, but you do at least have options to increase the size. Force move is bound to the F key by default. You can change this under Options and then the Controls tab. By default, you're missing out on a lot of information, so under Gameplay Options, be sure to enable both the Compare and Information Advanced tooltip. Now you can press Shift to see a detailed comparison of your items. Always keep an eye out for Evade briefly grants movement speed on boots. This is a buff. A tremendous quality of life stat is Life on Kill. If you want to find it or any other stat, you can find them under the Materials and Stats panel. Skill rank on items can have a huge impact on your gameplay. Be sure to keep an eye out for either the class of the skill or the skill itself on your items. Materials are account bound, so always be sure to click resource nodes as you happen by them. At levels 10 and 20, you'll be able to upgrade your healing potion. It's easy to forget to do this in the heat of battle, so we recommend you hearth back and take care of it as soon as possible. And while you're here, be sure to brew up some elixirs. Every elixir comes with a 5% experience bonus and other benefits, so try to keep one running at all times. Let's say you've gotten some items that you really like. Maybe it has skill bonuses to it, or it has 3 stats that are perfect for the build you're going for. You don't have to replace that as you level up. Simply go to the blacksmith and using resources that you got from salvaging other gear that you didn't want, much like in Diablo 3, you can upgrade those items and breathe a little life into them. If Kadala was your jam, or maybe you prefer the OG himself, Geed, either way, I have good news for you. Because not only does Diablo 4 have gambling, the Purveyor of Curiosities appears to have better drop rates than any of their predecessors. One of Diablo 4's standout features is the ability to take a legendary item that you have either outgrown or perhaps has rubbish stats with the exception of the legendary power that you want. You can go to an occultist and have her remove that aspect, destroying the item, but putting the aspect into your inventory. Now, you can take that aspect and place it onto either another legendary, replacing the legendary power with the one that you just put on, or more importantly, you can place that legendary aspect onto a rare item, making it into a legendary item. If you don't have a legendary item with the aspect that you want, all is not lost. You can use your Codex of Power to put an aspect onto an item. Now, to make up for the fact that it is unlimited uses from your Codex of Power, the aspect will always have the lowest roll possible. And where can you get aspects for your Codex, you may ask? Well, you see, the first time you run any of the dungeons that we have access to in the beta, you will be rewarded that dungeon's aspect. This is shown both on the map before entering the dungeon and upon killing the boss. I have to be honest. I completely overlooked the value of the action wheel at first. To me, it was merely a means to emote, and who cares about that? But hidden away in that wheel is one of the most important features you will need in the beta, that being the Leave Dungeon feature. And while you're in there looking at the wheel, go ahead and add the Wait emote to an empty slot. You're going to need it for a side quest, and you'll thank me later. Now, while you're out there questing in the open world, you're going to come across a couple different types of shrine. The first is going to have an indication of where to stand and also a plaque with a hint over which emote you need to use to activate it. The second type is the shrines proper. There's no need to emote. You merely touch the shrine to get a more substantial buff. Now, be warned, these can be cursed, and upon touching them, you're going to be swarmed with monsters. If you liked Makoko Seeds, then I think you're going to love Diablo 4's version, Altars of Lilith, because the first time you find or activate an Altar of Lilith, you're going to receive an account-wide buff. We're going to include a map with the location of all of the altars at the end of this clip. Be sure to bookmark it and refer to it as you're out there questing so that you can pick them up when you're in the area. So with all the questing, dungeons, hitting the altars, you've no doubt built up quite a bit of renown. How do you check it? Well, open your map, make sure that your cursor is over the fractured peak zone, and then press W. The major rewards of skill points and potion charges can only be claimed once per account, but you can claim the bonus XP and gold for every tune that builds up that much renown. From everybody here at Shared Loot, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions that we didn't address, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm Iron Pipe, and I hope to see you in game.